So, there's been a bit of controversy about Linktree and them being able to submit your imagery to AI companies lately. There's been this tweet that's been circling around my artist friend group, and it's led them to delete ties with Linktree altogether. This includes my channel artist, Drawbar. But why has this become such a hot topic? Let's find out. So, I have a small confession to make here. I don't have a Twitter nor Blue Sky. I mean, I do, but I don't use you know what I mean. I pretty much have stayed away from any and all kinds of social media aside from YouTube. So if I was going to get my information, I would have to dive into the terms of service before and after. And it was actually pretty easy to find exactly what everyone was raving about. I compared this version of the terms with the last known version, and generative AI was nowhere to be seen in the December terms of service. Aside from talking about Gen AI posted by users. One thing I think is important to note is that I believe Linktree is talking about specifically using the AI features. The wording from information you or other provide and or information available through Linktree or third parties makes it sound like they're taking anything and everything from you and just throwing it into an AI model of choice. However, it's talking about anything you may put into the AI feature. It's supposed to be a voluntary act. Although, I think the actual scary wording is or others provide. Because this implies anyone else can just take your content, throw it in there, and now Linktree is no longer responsible. Even in the next section, they even say how the AI's output may even be inaccurate, misleading, or offensive, and you are responsible for it. So, just as a hypothetical, someone steals your art, puts it in the AI model. According to this someone is not liable for the output of the AI. You are, since you are the owner of your own art. And then that art is shared to service providers. Now, Linktree has just obtained your art. AI has your art in its database. And whatever company Linktree decides to give your art also has it. All without your input. That's the hypothetical. The reality is that the third party is Linktree themselves, taking anything and everything and selling it off for profit. As far as I'm reading this, there's nothing saying that Linktree can't do that. All it says is that they're not liable. And, how do you opt out of these terms of services, you may ask? Well, you just delete your account completely. Which seems to be something most people are completely fine doing because they don't want their art used in AI model involuntarily. And rightfully so. Seriously though, even if Linktree themselves has no intent on actually stealing other people's work for profit, the way they word it makes it seem like anyone can just hand them stolen content on a silver platter, and they themselves are completely absolved from the entire equation. This is assuming I'm comprehending this correctly and saying that this is a Gen AI tool that users can input prompts into /photos, which, considering it specifically talks about inputs and outputs, I'd have to say it's safe to assume everyone is reading this correctly too. Now, I do want to give a quick plug to my channel's artist, Drawbar. He's usually credited in any video I make because he's made nearly all the art I use. He even helped co-create the final design of my character, so it's hard not to give credit. Although I've always credited him with his Linktree link, and he's gone and deleted that entirely. So instead of going over the 100 or so videos his art is featured in and correcting it, I'm just going to throw his Ko-Fi link in the description from now on. And if you like what you see, show him some love. He's been doing great work on my channel for years now.